John Carpenter is a writer, director, and film composer. He is responsible for a ton of cult classics spanning from the late 1970s to the late 1980s. He is a legend in the horror genre and has inspired and influenced countless filmmakers. With the Halloween season upon us, we thought it was only right that we do the top 5 films of John Carpenter. At number 5 on our list, Big Trouble in Little China, released back in 1986. This was John Carpenter's 4th collaboration with Kurt Russell. The film tells the story of Jack Burton, a man who helps his friend rescue his fiancée from a group of Chinatown bandits.
Cash, I guess. I mean, it's not deductible.
This was the last studio film John Carpenter made in the 1980s due to all the production problems he faced with the studio during the making of this film. Big Trouble in Little China was not a commercial success upon its original release, but has since garnered a cult following.
I'm not scared at all. I just feel kind of invincible.
Me too. I got a very positive attitude about this.
Good, me too.
Yeah.
It's getting hot in here. Is it just me?
Empire magazine even included the film in its top 500 films of all time list. Big Trouble in Little China is an unforgettable 80s classic and number 5 on our list.
Up to his office, low pants office. It's cooler up there.
Do you have a gun, I hope? Nice! This guy's 12 feet tall!
Old Jack always says, what the hell?
Our impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
Oh, goddamn hacker, that second damn night that asshole's cut in.
The poor and the underclass are growing.
What's your problem?
They Live is a 1988 American satirical science fiction film. The film stars Roddy Piper, Keith David, and Meg Foster. It follows an unnamed drifter, played by Roddy Piper, who discovers the ruling class are in fact aliens, concealing their appearance and manipulating people to spend money, breed, and accept the status quo with subliminal messages and mass media.
Saw shaving this morning.
You look as shitty to us as we do to you.
Impossible. I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's more than likely you've seen the skeleton alien creatures from the film at one point in your life.
No!
They Live has since garnered a large cult following. It has many large impacts on street art, its quotations have entered pulp culture, and it makes appearances on all-time lists for best fight scenes, one lasting around 5 minutes. And that's why They Live is on our list.
Now hold on. You ain't the first son of a bitch to wake up out of their dream.
You still don't get it, do you, boys? There ain't no countries anymore. No more good guys. They're running the whole show. They own everything, the whole goddamn planet. They can do whatever they want.
At number 3 on our list, the 1981 sci-fi action classic, Escape from New York. The film is set in the year 1997 in a crime-ridden United States that has converted Manhattan Island in New York City into a maximum security prison. The film stars Kurt Russell in one of his most memorable performances as ex-soldier Snake Plissken. Plissken is given 24 hours to find the President of the United States, who has been captured by prisoners after the crash of Air Force One.
And power. Greenhouses, rigged up generators. Some areas have streetlights. The crazies live in the subways. Complete control of the underground.
John Carpenter wrote the film back in the mid-1970s as a reaction to the Watergate scandal. The film was co-written by Nick Castle, who collaborated with John Carpenter previously by portraying Michael Myers in Halloween.
2 hours. It's the survival of the human race, Plissken. Something you don't give a shit about.
After the success of Halloween, he had enough influence to begin production and filmed it mainly in St. Louis, Missouri, on a budget of $6 million. When the film was released back in July of 1981, it received positive reviews from the critics and was a commercial success, earning $25 million at the box office.
I'm at the plane. Nobody else made it out.
You're Snake Plissken, ain't you?
What do you want?
Comes up with the gas. What are you looking at?
The film has since went on to become a cult classic and even spawned a sequel back in 1996 called Escape from L.A.
Anything you want, he's Snake.
Just a moment of your time.
Yes?
We did get you out. A lot of people died in the process. I just wondered how you felt about it.
You gonna kill me now, Snake?
I'm too tired.
I don't know what the hell's in there. It's weird and pissed off, whatever it is.
Bennings, go get Childs. Mac wants the flamethrower. Stay back.
Number 2 on our list is 1982's The Thing. Kurt Russell leads an all-male cast into the remote Antarctic, where a group of scientists stumble upon a beast that can assume the shape of its victims. This was the first film Carpenter did with Universal Studios, and with his biggest budget to date of $15 million. After seeing the practical effects in The Howling, Carpenter enlisted Rob Bottin, who had previously worked on The Fog with him. Carpenter took a risk in hiring Bottin, as this would be his first job as head effects creator. It was with this ambition and drive that Bottin created some of the best practical effects ever seen on film.
Nobody trusts anybody now. There's nothing else I can do. Just wait.
Although considered a flop, due partly to opening 2 weeks after Steven Spielberg's E.T., it has quickly become a cult classic, and is now considered to be one of the greatest horror movies ever made, and deserves to be number 2 on our list.
Now I'll show you what I already know.
It's a crock of shit. This is pure nonsense. Doesn't prove a thing.
I thought you'd feel that way, Gary. You were the only one that could have got to that blood. We'll do you last. Whether we make it or not, we can't let the thing freeze again. Maybe we'll just warm things up while we're around here.
Number 1 on our list shouldn't be a surprise. 1978's Halloween, the horror masterpiece that introduced the world to Michael Myers and changed the genre forever. Starring Jamie Lee Curtis and the legendary Donald Pleasance, this film is about an escaped mental patient who returns home after 15 years to terrorize a small town.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
The direction from Carpenter, in addition to the iconic, terrifying score, made Halloween a tremendous success.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. Death has come to your little town, Sheriff.
Produced on a budget of only $300,000, it went on to gross $70 million worldwide and remains one of the most profitable independent films of all time. Although it wasn't the first slasher film, Halloween popularized the genre and still serves as a blueprint for countless other horror movies. John Carpenter is a master of his craft with an impressive career that spans decades. He is responsible for some truly iconic films that will live on forever.